Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Desperate Measures. Our party is almost ready to go. We just have a few more details of our downtime. I believe Chives is heading to a nice tavern.
Yeah, we're gonna head up to a upper class tavern, somewhere pretty nice.
Okay. Okay.
And we're gonna find a place that's like half full.
Okay. You can go to one of these nice, fancy places. And when you approach, you can see that the waiters are dressed in like black tie outfits. They've got these like tuxes with long tails, big black ties. They've got all their hair is tightly and carefully pulled back, elegantly groomed. None of this scruff growing on their necks, none of that shit. There are ladies and gentlemen aplenty as the bard. And what do you look like, bard? What are your clothes like?
So we've got a dark green hat with light green and red stitching that goes around the outside of it. It's got a small little pattern that goes around, and then it's got a very nice tunic with the same colors, same stitching, brown pants, and then soft leather boots that come up over that.
Sure. The greeter at the door of the Golden Leaf, this is a very nice upper class tavern that you're at, sees you coming and says, "Excuse me, sir. The servant's entrance is around back."
And I'll give him the correct etiquette to know that he's talking to the wrong person here. That I am coming in the front door for a reason. I'll look at him and go, well, good sir. I am. I don't know what the right etiquette to tell him to fuck off is, but hey, man, I'm not here for the back. And I'll start walking.
Excuse me.
I am here to talk to the owner of the tavern on the inside, and I am not one of the ones from the back. And I will start walking.
You are travel. Excuse me, sir. Sir.
I'll turn around. I won't like run off on him, but I'll try to push past. If he stops me, I'm not going to run from him.
He doesn't physically stop you. He just calls after you if you walk in.
I mean, I'm not going to run past him. Yeah. I'll look and go. I mean, so is there a problem?
This is a high-class establishment, sir. There are certain formalities to be observed here. You are a musician, are you not?
I am much more than a musician, my friend. Much more.
Let's see.
Many musicians come in here, they tell some songs, they sing some tales, but I provide a performance. Above all else, one that you cannot get from anyone.
Very good, sir. Would you follow me, please? And he will lead you through the tavern, along the edges of it, so you're not blocking anyone's view or anything. And leads you kind of over to a bar adjacent area and asks you to please wait here for one moment while I find the manager. And
perfect.
A few minutes later, a half-elf is brought before you. Where is my d6? He is a very old half-elf. He's got wrinkles, plenty kind of coming across his face. He's got a few little whiskers that come out, a bright green bow tie with a multicolored cloak, but otherwise, dark blue clothes on front of him. And he comes over and says, yes, you're the more than a musician?
Very much so, my friend. I do performing acts, I dance, I sing, and as well as I do a little bit of a performance. And the performance is where you and me can be friends. Normally people come in here and they tell you I can do this, I can do that, but how many people have dancing chairs? And I'll pull out my whistle and I'll cast Unseen Servant and I'll make 2 chairs dance.
He looks over and do some of the other patrons and he says, "Oh, how very vulgar."
And I'll look at him and go, "Vulgar? You don't like elven dancing chairs?"
I don't know about elven dancing chairs, but I do know that my clientele come here for a certain level of refinement. Perhaps you would be more suited down by the sailor's cavern or the dog pile. Maybe those clientele would be interested in your parlor tricks.
Well, that's interesting you say that. They directed me to you saying that this was the perfect place for me, that I was too good for them. So that's good. I'm glad that y'all are both in agreement here. Now,
yes.
If you don't really like the magical dancing chairs, I can tell you this, though. I can do more tumbling with these dancing chairs and and start doing flips between the two.
We have musicians and performers for the Knights that we may want them. I do believe your services here are not required. He says with like vile disdain for your craft. You can tell that this guy, like, there is an automatic, how do you say?
Disdain?
He's looking at you like you are a blue collar worker in like a fancy Manhattan bar, and everything about you drives him crazy. You are not the clientele. You are not the noble he wants, and he is very biased, cruelly so.
Ah, that's fine. I was like, well, that's too bad to hear. And I'll take the unseen servant as I start playing my whistle out the door, and I'll pull down his pants and I'll whistle my way on out. Nice.
The belt kind of floop, floop, and then the pants begin to drop, and the butler, not the butler, the greeter doorman, like, goes to block his body from everyone's sight with his own.
The chair runs into his legs to knock him down while he's doing that. It gets 40 pounds of force, as much as it can do, but a chair flying into your legs, he's got to dex check it at least.
Yeah, he will. It smacks him in the knees. He starts hopping around. There's quite the commotion. All the lords and ladies look over to see what's happening.
My way out, I'll go, what a wonderful owner. Too bad you didn't have any good music. And I'll whistle my way on out then. And that's the end of him.
Yeah, you whistle your way on out. It is a
We're
hard
not done
thing.
with him, by the way.
Done with him?
No, we're not done
Oh, God.
with him.
You're going to continue the class warfare here? All right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He insulted me and told me to go play at the worst bar here. That's, no. No.
He was cruel.
He
Yes.
was. And he's going to be light-pocketed soon. So we're going to wait till everyone gets done with this tavern and it starts shutting down as the next time I need something.
All right. The tavern will close up at a very reasonable hour. A few of the more wealthy businessmen will stay a little bit later. And somewhere after the, a couple of bells after dark comes, you can see the half-elf closing up and beginning to leave.
Good. So I'll watch him walk away from his place. Is it a 2-story or 1-story?
2-story. It's on the second floor.
Cool. Is there stairs going up from the outside or the inside?
The stairs are on the outside.
Outside?
Yes,
Okay, so I can get up to the second floor easily and then climb onto the roof. That shouldn't be too
Right.
much.
So like below is a different business or something, and then this place
Perfect.
is up on the upper ground. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna climb up in and I'm gonna shimmy down his chimney.
You're gonna
climb up
shimmy
onto the
down the chimney into the tavern after he's gone.
Yes.
Okay.
And if I just need to free fall the chimney, I can. I've got tumbling, and I'll just take that. I'm not gonna. It should be less than 10 feet.
Okay.
Or I'll get 10 feet and then go for it.
So you shimmy partially down the chimney. You get maybe 3 or 4 feet when your toes and feet come across what seems to be a like series of rebar or something equivalent that are placed within the chimney.
He really has rebar in his chimney?
This is a very fancy bar. A lot of money exchanges hands here, and a lot of important people hang out here. This place is ready for, is equipped with anti-theft measures. Yeah, you'll have noticed that the locks on the doors are of high quality. They're not common locks. They're good locks. The windows are locked from the inside as well, but it's not like a simple latch that holds them together. It's locks above and below, set like 2 or 3 inches in, so you can't really get to them from the outside.
Sure. So
you
I'm
would
gonna
still
go
be
back
able
to the front
to
door
break
then.
the windows, but yeah.
No, this is easy. So we're gonna go back up to the front door, and to one of those windows, we're gonna cast our second unseen servant inside the windows and have him open the window and let me inside.
Ooh.
I didn't want to use it yet, but if I've got to, we've got to.
Oh, where is my
You want me to click on unseen servant?
unseen servant?
I think
Okay,
it's 10
unseen
yards.
servant is a non-visible, mindless, and shapeless force used to step, fetch, open, unstuck doors, blah blah blah, hold chairs, clean. It is not strong, carries out, cannot fight, kill. All right. So the question is, do you cast it where you see? Do you need line of sight or line of effect for unseen servant? And it's not clear here because you
It
couldn't
only
cast it
has-
through a wall, right? And glass is essentially a transparent wall. So can you cast it where you see it?
That's my question. If I stand right next to it, because does it show up in my same square or one in front of me? because I could stand right next to the window and it would be right on the other side.
Right, because it's got a oh, it doesn't have a range. It has a range of 0.
It's got a range of 0, but it's an AoE of 30 feet radius.
Right, so it can move around within a 30-foot radius, but I think it flows from you. It casts like within your space. It's not like a physical entity, but if it's got a range of 0, that might be a typo. Let me double check the source book, because the spells, when they got transcribed to the internet.
Well, let me put it this way: if I can't, can I let it go down the chimney and just have it go in that way? I mean, I'm gonna get in here somehow. We can lawyer.
Well, that's what every thief thinks, but every good proprietor tries to anti-thief things. Yeah, the range is definitely 0, so it won't cast where you are. You could cast it.
Well, knowing this, I'll cast it at the top of the chimney. I'll have it go down, which should be within 30 feet of me. I'll have it walk underneath me over to the window and let me in.
That
force
will work because it'll go down from the chimney. It stays within 30 feet, even if you can't see it, right?
Yep.
It could go around corners from you. So as long as you guys
I just walk across the top, and I just go right to the front and slide down and pop right in front of him.
That should...
The components are a piece of string and a piece of wool, so I can drop those through the bars and cast them underneath that if I need to. I've got
So here's the question. I'm gonna do a little doodle for us in the Golden Sea, which is to the right of where we are on the map.
Okay.
So you've got a wall, let's say. Actually, it goes forever in this direction, which is forever. You start on this end of the wall. You cast Unseen Servant, which comes back here, and then you walk this direction. At some point, the wraparound distance will exceed 30 feet, even though this will not exceed 30 feet. So it has to stay within 30 feet of you. If you close the door, does it
exceed 30 feet if you do that then? Let's say a wizard has it open the door and close it on the other side behind him and lock it. Is that still too far?
A door here, the wizard casts the spell through the door, and then the door closes. Let's call it a perfect door that seals all the way.
Yes.
Your physical distance is less than 30 feet. Your line of effect is greater than 30 feet. Ooh. This is some lawyery zones. I'm willing to hear from other players.
But it says radius, so that makes me think that it can go around. I mean, it's an unseen servant for a wizard, right? It's supposed to be able to like clean, mend, do things. Like, if you need a book around the corner, all of a sudden is it too far if it goes in the library for you? Like,
okay, so similar question. Let's say you have a darkness stone right here. You open the door, darkness flows through. This distance is great. You know, the wraparound distance is greater than the darkness spell would allow. You close the door. Does the darkness shine through?
I think so. Yeah, I think it would go through.
All right, what if you cast darkness spell and the door is closed already, and it's
I don't think the darkness goes under.
But... So the darkness won't slip through the door until you open the door, and then if you close the door, does it close the darkness as well?
I would assume so, yeah.
Let me ask you this, Neal. If I go stand on top of the chimney, I have to go open the door, and then I walk or open the window. I'm within 30 feet then, right? So then even if it disappears, the window's still open?
Ah, okay. So yeah, so we would just need to know the distance between the chimney and the door at that point.
The chimney and the window, which should be less than 30 feet.
The chimney and the window, right. Which could easily be less than 30 feet. I have no idea. I don't have a pre-planned map, and I would have to make a decision about that right now. So I'm going to use some dice, because otherwise I'm, either intentionally intentionally giving it to you, or intentionally restricting it from you. So... let's say the bar is 40 feet across, and then the chimney is going to be on the fireplace is going to be against a wall, probably not in the middle, so it could be against one of 4 walls, and I think only one of the walls,
2, right? It'd be one of the short walls.
I mean, it could be the tavern could be like a square, or it could be a rectangle.
It could be one of the walls. I assumed rectangle, but...
Right, it could be any one of the walls. Your entrance is this side, and if this is 40 feet across, so we'll give you a 3 out of 4 chance that the chimney is near enough to the window. So give me a D4, do not roll a 4. So it's a 75% chance. All right, yeah, cool. You can do it. Woo! There we go.
Awesome. So I open the window, I climb on inside of his tavern, and I close the window behind me, and I lock it up so it looks just how it was.
open unstuck windows. Yeah, this is not a stuck window.
No.
This is a locked window, but you can undo the lock on it because it's not a key lock. It's just a sliding bolt lock.
Right. That's why I didn't do the doors, because the windows
Right.
should be.
Right. They're just like sliding bolts. Okay. So yeah, you can boop, boop, open it.
I'll climb on inside, and I will close it back up. Do I still have my unseen servant, or are we?
Yep. It'll last for an hour plus a turn per level.
Awesome. So that's going to be for the rest of this time. So we are going to go around his place, and we're going to start behind the bar and start casing the joint. And we're going to start seeing what he's got in here.
Well, it is a high-class tavern, so you're going to have lots of nice glassware, lots of nice flatware. It's not actually made of silver, but, it's made of copper or iron in nice shapes. Probably copper. Iron's pretty expensive in this area. Let's see. You're going to have, of course, the various types of
anything
liquor.
With gem.
Let's see. They keep their money. It's a nice place. They don't just. They will keep their money in a box. At the end of the day, you take the money and you either take it home with you or you put it in a safe. So there's going to be a safe somewhere here because the daily box will be emptied.
Right. And I just want to confirm that the daily box was all the way emptied. He didn't leave like some change in there just because he's lazy. He didn't leave some level of silver behind the bar and.
No. Yeah. You can find the daily box. It doesn't even have a lock on it. It's just like. It's
just an open chest.
It's just like a little wooden box that opens up, and instead of being filled with dice, it's filled with coins.
Cool. So it's empty, and then I start looking around for an office or some other back room, someplace that would probably be locked. Or
you'll find a kitchen, and you'll find a storeroom that has a what do you call it? Like a trap door underneath of it that is bolted from inside. And there's like a rope that hangs that you can open the trapdoor, and it looks like the rope would dangle down, so you can like hoist stuff up into here. And then there will be a small records room or office type space attached to all of this as well.
So I'm going to go to the small office type space and start looking through his stuff.
You find the door locked on the office.
All right, so now here's my question. So I don't have pick locks, and do I as a bard? I only get pickpockets. This is a question I asked you in the past, and we said no.
I might have missed it.
But
whatever the bard 2e raw rules are.
So I have pickpockets, but I don't get pick locks then.
If that's what the 2e raw says, then that's what
that's what you're gonna give me.
Yep.
I can't do a stuck door. It's locked. Unseen servant. All right. Well, realizing I got a locked door, I can't do too much about this at this time.
Not yet.
No, not yet. This is a problem, but it's a problem for the future. So I'm going to go back up to the front of his place, and I'm going to get all of his glasses, and I'm going to lay them all by his front door. So if he opens his door, he's going to knock over all of his glassware and have to break it.
So you like make a tower of glassware?
Yeah, I do. I have tower glassware right next to his door.
Wow. All right.
And then we're going to steal his flatware, and then we're out. And then we'll open up the window. We'll unseen servant it behind us to lock it back up.
You steal the knives and forks and spoons?
Yeah, we do. And we're not done with them yet, though.
Okay, so how many pounds of knives and forks and spoons do you want?
I'm at my base weight right now because I left my tent, my bag, and all the stuff would be inside of my room. I wouldn't bring that. So I have 13 pounds that I can carry. So I want about 12 pounds worth.
You gather 12 pounds worth of flatware.
If he's got a bag, I want to put in a bag in here too. I want to take his bags.
Yeah, you can. In the storeroom, you can find a bag that was used to bring in turnips.
Perfect. I put it all in the bag. I climb out the window. I lock it up, and I head towards the harbor.
Excellent. You can find a way to get over to the cliff that looks over the Grand Canal.
I toss the bag in, and I look up, and I say, not Verasi, but what's the other one?
Velmontarius? God of Justice?
Vengeance.
Velthara?
Velthara is vengeance.
I go, Velthara, look, I know my paladin's been having some problems, and hopefully this will help out. That elf's a dick. And I throw the stuff in, and I head back over to the tavern. I head home.
Oh, I love it. Fight the power. Fight the oppressive upper class. Well done. All right. You make him pay
all I have to do is not be a dick.
Yeah, he was a dick. No questions about it. He will question that in the future. All right.
He will be very confused tomorrow morning.
I don't even... What do you do when you wake up, when you come into your establishment and there's like, you break everything and all of your knives and forks and spoons are missing? I mean, clearly he's like, that fucking halfling from yesterday probably did it. Here, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe he's got another debt. I don't know. I have no idea how
other people who've got problems with him. I mean,
I could have a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah,
Must be completely
It might be
mystified
some of
at
his
some-
competition.
Yeah, you never know.
it might be. Or it
Someone
could
could've
be
been
people
picked-
who came to rob. It could just be pranksters. It could be any number of people who have done this.
It could have been.
So,
And there's no evidence, so it's the best part.
well, yeah, they don't typically rely on evidence in this day and age. Whatever they feel is right is right. It's a terrible time. But that doesn't matter. You guys are
If it
leaving
comes down
town.
to a charisma check, I'm down.
You guys are leaving town pretty soon. Let's
Yeah.
flip over to the party going to get their stuff identified. The two of you, can head back to the castle and can be brought in to see the wizard one more time. Right. She, Archmage May, will see you and bring in your gear with you. Ah! It's lovely to see you again, boys.
Hello,
hold on.
Archmage.
I'm sorry. And she walks over and touches Jebediah on the forehead and casts a spell, allowing him to speak as well. I'm sorry about that, young man. Now.
Oh, it's quite all right, Archmage.
Lovely. Lovely. So there's good news and there's bad news. How would you like it?
Give me the bad news first.
This spear, she says, holding it before you, is a totem of great importance to hobgoblins everywhere. It is, let's see, an artifact is such a strong word, but to them, it is an item of great significance and importance. This spear brings them light and fire, and when wielded in the hands of a right user who knows how to use it, will ignite itself with flame.
Well, I mean, you were talking about a fire trap. I guess that's some sort of trap of fire, if you will.
Yes. So the problem is that if you hold on to this one day, and that day may come soon or may come very, very late, you will find yourself the object of hobgoblin aggression, and they will probably come for it and come for you and attempt to take it back. It's very important.
Is it any use to me now, or
Oh yes, quite useful.
what is it?
Well,
So
that's
if I-
the good news. It's a fabulous weapon.
Well, tell me the good news then about it.
Oh, it's how does one say this?
How much better does it stab on a scale of 1 to 10 than this here old spear?
Well, I say it gives you 10 percentage points to your attack and damage effects.
Mhm.
If you were to
Interesting.
try and find a way to give these percentage points,
A 0.8?
1.
10 percentage points, it would be what is that? You
plus
know,
2?
2 out of 20.
Oh,
A 1. Oh, wow.
that's pretty good. But if a hobgoblin
Yes.
sees me have it, I'm gonna have to,
Oh, they're probably looking for it right now. I expect somewhere there is a series of hobgoblins holding a wizard captive, attempting to get them to divine the location of this, or maybe they have a cleric of their own who is happy to find it. Make
there-
no mistake, they will come for you one day. And the
Is there-
longer it takes them, that means the more powerful they have become.
So it's like a time bomb.
I don't know what that is, but certainly.
Is there any fire damage if I were to use this as well, or no?
Ooh, well, the effect of creating fire is an interesting one. It might be racially bound to only ignite within the hands of a hobgoblin, or perhaps there is a keyword associated with it. My studies have not revealed how to give it flame, but it will burst into flame when wielded properly. Did the necromancer turn it to fire?
They did not.
No.
That's a shame.
He
What
didn't
if
really
I-
use it at all, did he? He just
didn't.
kind of hit the pillar with it.
Nah, he got one person with it.
What if I were to if by example, what if I were to give one of these back? What if I were to give it back to the hobgoblin, seek them out, and give it back? Do you think they would be aggressive? I've never dealt with a hobgoblin.
Oh, that's a wonderful question.
Or would I be a hero?
Oh, depends on the hobgoblin and the particulars of the interaction, but I think if you play your cards right, you could be seen as a savior or a hero
They can tell
or
legends
a
about
doer
me.
of deeds. How do we imagine if your king was returned to you by a pack of hobgoblins? How would you view them?
They would be heroes.
But what if they brought the king back and said, we'll only give him to you if you give us money?
They would be brigands.
Right. So,
But if they brought the king back and I gave it to him, or if they brought the king back and gave it to me, I would surely reward them, as long as they didn't ask for a reward.
perhaps, yes, but you're a dwarf. You have a different code of honor than the hobgoblins, also called hobbygobbies.
Well, maybe I could convert a few hobbygobbies to tempos, but we'll see.
Perhaps. It's a difficult situation, but
Hobgoblins.
hobbygobbies, yes, that's a shorthand that we wizards use to refer to them. You've got the gobbos, the hobbygobbies, and they just call them bugbears.
I feel like hobgoblin is still shorter than hobbygobby.
Nonsense.
Nonsense there, Jet.
But
Hobgoblin? Hobbygobby. You save yourself a whole syllable.
Jeb, you don't want to argue.
Trust me, young man. I am well
hobby-
read.
okay.
You
Hobby?
can't even read, okay?
Gobby.
Hobbygobby.
Hobbygobby.
Okay.
Archmage, what about the cape?
It's a protective cloak. Yes, you wear it and it keeps you safe from harm. It's a very powerful item, very useful. You can just add it as an accessory wherever you need for that little bit of extra protection that can be worn. But you can't really alter it, you know. If you try and let it out or take it in a little bit, it won't work. So, it's sized for people of the same height as the necromancer, she says, trying to politely tell you that you're too short to use it.
Yeah.
It'll just like drag on the floor behind you and it'd be a mess.
That sounds fine. Awesome. Well, did His Highness the King have anything to say about my dead friend's request?
Yes, he did. He said that if what you say is true, and I scryed upon the city and I have seen what you have said, that you would be more than welcome to resettle your people anywhere you would like within the Kingdom of Eridon, or at least what it stands as today, this small section in the northwest, provided that they all take a simple loyalty oath to ensure that they are not minions of a semi-enemy state, of a non-allied state who is seen to be antagonizing. But the individual people are different from the state, and His Highness understands that.
He is truly wise. Well,
Yes,
He's truly generous too.
Well,
that sounds
he's all
perfect.
right. Usually pretty good, but our last leader was a little better.
Who were they?
She says with fondness. Our former leader was struck down in the night by an assassin who murdered them. Count Albrin Dropper. That was before everything fell apart. He would have become King Albin Dropper after the fall of Eridon, the other fall of Eridon, but no. Our new king is...
Well, he's your king, and that's the way it is.
Exactly.
Well, if you care to, tell him I said thank you, and we'll be getting out of your hair from now on.
Let me give you the thanks of a grateful people for the rescuing of Meadstead and the, helping everyone out.
Yep. If I ever meet the Hobbo Gobbos, I'll be sure to come back and tell you what I either I killed them or
Gobbies.
Oh, Hobby Gobbies. Sorry,
Hobby Gobbies, not Hobbo Gobbos. It's weird.
wouldn't make sense. Yes,
Oh,
true.
yeah. Yes. Would you know where you would like to resettle your people? We have the towns of Blue Cliff, Confluence, and here in High Castle, in addition to the myriad little villages scattered about. Or you could create your own village.
What about Kneecap?
Oh, well, that's no longer part of our jurisdiction. The people of Kneecap are on their own.
Well then, maybe Meadstead, and we'll go clear out the rest.
Oh, yes.
If that sounds fine with you, or maybe I'll ask the Baron of Confluence what he thinks.
Right. Well, if you can live there, then you are welcome to settle there. Just bring them through High Castle so they can take a mass loyalty oath, and then they're fine.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Yes, thank you greatly.
We'll move them through here, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Right. Excellent. Well, as you say, may the gods be with you, young boys, on your journey, and do your best not to get yourselves hurt. The world needs useful people. People who are willing to sacrifice themselves for the betterment of others.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Good day.
Good day.
And you guys can exit, and you can find your other friends back at the tavern. And the party is gathered for the first time together, ready to set out and do what?
I think it's time we stop by Kneecap. There. I don't know, we're down to Tassel.
Do you want to do that? I thought we were bringing these two, and I'll point to them, to Meadstead to clear it out. And then we can...
Oh, yeah. I forgot the order of operations there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go to Meadstead, we'll go through Confluence, and we'll go clear out Meadstead, and then... Sounds like our people are mighty good to come up.
Mighty good indeed.
Did your meeting go well?
Oh, it went excellent.
Yeah,
well, good.
King was... Sorry,
Oh, wait, I can't.
Archmage was happy to see us.
Hold on.
You secured a home for your people?
It was good.
Excellent news.
We're now realizing that Connar doesn't speak Eridonian, and the other two, the Eridonian members of the party, don't speak Mystrian.
Don't worry, I've got this.
Okay, you got this?
I've got this, Neal.
Okay.
I wouldn't speak Mystrian? Okay.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will remove that.
Oh, we love it.
Oh, this will be fun. Okay,
That's
Connar,
not
I trust you, Connar. You can do this.
It'll be fun.
I'll look at him and just give him a thumbs up and go, let's go. Because he's learning the language, right? Like, he should get some words.
I think that's what he's going to do for us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Simple. I just take what you say and make it what I want to hear.
And then sometimes I just lie to you and tell you other things. But yeah, it's perfect.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we'll start heading over to Meadstaff. I think that's our next goal, is to go and clear that out.
Yep.
All right. So you want to go and grind zombies into dust.
It didn't sound like there was a whole lot, but yeah, let's go grind a little bit, Neal.
All right.
We got to clear out the village. Who else is going to do it? Or even, like, if we stop in Confluence, we can just make it real quick. I can ask, hey, like, we just stopped in High Castle. Do you mind sending over some soldiers with us? Clear out Meadstead, and then... I don't know if he'd be willing, but...
I mean, let's just go knock out the zombies. How many? It's just zombies left, right? What they're looking
Sounds
at.
like a zombie skeleton.
They're going to be skeletons, too. There'll be a bunch of archer skeletons and God knows how many zombies throughout this place.
Do you want to get the Confluence guy to help us, and then we can just hand wave it, ish, or no?
Okay, so without actually going and fighting 100 zombies, how do you clear hundreds or 800, because I can't really tell you how many, zombies from a town? Like, they're all
just
sort
us,
of weird.
I've got it. No, right.
Do we
here.
have the people?
Let's discuss it as characters. How do you kill hundreds of these things?
So,
Okay,
Chives
declare a
speaks up
heroic
about
fray.
well, my friends, it says that y'all kind of sounded like zombies are very slow usually, unless y'all got some real freaky ones up there. They're real slow, right?
Sure.
We should be able to basically outrun them forever on the back of a horse, no? Because what I could do, I can make a little horse appear. I could bring all the zombies out of town and slowly group them up. And we just walk them away somewhere else till we slowly kill them. Shoot them with arrows, hit them with rocks, hit them with stones. Walk them underneath the cliff, pour a bunch of boulders on them. We can find an excuse. We can find an easy way to mass kill them. We just kind of round them up, put them in a blob, and AoE them.
Maybe. I was thinking maybe I could just turn undead and they'd stay away from me and you guys could kind of pick them off.
Oh, that too.
Just do that continuously forever.
Well, that or go walk them in a big pit or something. I didn't know. We could find a place to put them.
Corner by corner, we could turn them into a big pit. I think that there's like a lot of ways. Like, I guess we could do it. I guess the best way that would be that way, or just
cut them into a big pit and just drop rocks on them.
Like that. I don't know if that would 100% work because I don't think turn undead will throw them in the pit. But I think probably just turn undead them, Neal, and then they would stay away from me. My allies would go hit them, walk a little bit back, hit them again, walk a little bit back. And I think we could just clear out each section that way, like continuously forever.
Okay.
Magic missiles, sling stones.
Okay.
Don't shoot the horses.
So,
I mean, do you
You ride them.
So if we can hand wave this, it's worth 0 experience.
Can it be worth
because
one
then you're
experience?
not. It can be worth 0 experience because
Okay,
you're
then
not
let's
actually
do
threatened.
it, Neal.
Yeah.
I'm
So
ready.
that's the thing. So otherwise, we'll play it out for experience, which will be a long bout of combat, or it'll be hand waveable with 0 XP. And if we play it out and you were still never actually threatened at all, it's still worth 0 XP. Like, you could go and if you have a chamber filled with kobolds who are unarmed, like thousands of kobolds, and then you just like cloud kill them, it's 0
But zombies
XP
are always threatening, right?
Well, if there's a zombie on another side of like bars and it can't reach you and you kill it, you were never in danger. So the zombie doesn't provide experience. Experience comes from life-threatening situations, which is why so in a certain sense, like if something is too easy, it's not even worth XP.
Okay. Would us clearing the town and then having our people come over, that's finishing our people off.
Oh, that's quest experience right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is even clearing the town quest experience, like hand waving that, or no?
No. If it can be hand waved, it can't be worth anything.
Are you guys cool with hand waving the town and then we bring our people over?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are better things that we could spend our time on.
Are we?
Yeah.
Zombies,
Are we still going to be able to like find the wizard or the necromancer's thing and see if he has anything in the town? Is that fine?
Yeah, let's just take a look here. So if you're going to be killing them with missile weapons, you'll probably need to refill some arrows at some point. Stones you can find for free. Magic missiles are essentially free. So let's deduct, I don't know, someone drop a gold for resources, and then we'll pass like 5 days, and we'll say you slowly whittle the like rogue zombies down, because it should be pretty easy at this point, because they're just sort of aimlessly wandering. So you find one, you shoot it down. You find the next one, you shoot it down. It's not really.
And you said there are
threat.
skeleton archers, and I could just use the ammo that they have to take them down.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna kind of slowly skip ahead. You will find that at some point there are other people doing similar things. No, not so live. You won't be the only ones trying to whittle this group down. There will be another group of mounted soldiers led by a knight who are just like using the zombies for target practice to train some people. It seems that now that the town and the necromancer is gone and word has spread of this, because it's been a few days in High Castle.
Yep.
People are interested in fixing the town up.
I'm interested in getting the good shit, Neal.
I hear ya.
Okay.
Right, so
Edna, what about the necromancer's actual hideout?
That's what we're looking for this whole time. Every little bit that we're not killing zombies, we're trying to find his horde.
Yeah. Shives is down. He's down to pour through some people's stuff.
Honestly, I would say that I'd rather find the horde than I would be to kill the zombies. There's other people doing that.
I mean, it's fair. We did do the heavy lifting.
Yes.
I know the keep's kind of a mess from all the stuff you threw down there. There's just shit everywhere. Seems like y'all broke every bed, every table, every chair in there. What did y'all do?
thousands of zombies dead.
It looks like a great battle was fought here.
Indeed, it smells horrible.
It does. So many dead bodies just rotting in the sun.
Smell of the
Okay.
undead.
So, we're going to end up skipping sort of like a week and change here as you guys finish clearing up this area, getting back to Meadstead, all these details. And then you're finally able to go into the town and look for a necromancer's lair of sorts.
Yeah, or even, sure there were some noble people who used to live here, and they're gone,
Yes.
so I would like their money too.
Oh, remember we went into the keep.
Yeah, we didn't search it really, though.
Right. So, what would you like to start with?
The keep.
All right. You can go to the keep, and you can give it a nice, good searching now. Let me go browse through my keep maps. But I should bring us back to a...
Can't wait to be lord of this town. Excited.
Here you are in Meadstead. Let me take a look at our keep. Okay. It's for the time.
If a paladin had powers, does detect evil only work on a specific person that's living that we can see in front of us?
It detects
Or-
any source of evil. Usually humans and humanoids, like levelable creatures, won't radiate evil until they hit a certain level. So like even an evil person might not radiate evil unless they're like a 9th level evil person or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But like a monster that is clearly evil, like a beholder or a
Right.
baby dragon or whatever, would always radiate evil. And goblins might radiate a small amount of evil since they're sort of by nature evil.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So that's that floor. That floor.
Whenever I find the necromancer's corpse, I would like to do speak with dead as well.
On the necromancer's corpse?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Speak with dead. You can find the corpse real fast, page 271. Let's hope you have enough time to do this within. There are limits on speak with
Yeah.
dead. 271. Speak with dead. What level are you?
Level 5 now?
Ah,
Just missed it.
just missed it. They could only have been dead for up to a week, and it's been like
That's
a week and a half.
It goes off, nothing
Oh.
happens.
That would have been interesting.
So the keep is devoid of necromancer loot. It's just the body that you left here, plus the bodies of your 2 friends that are well rotted by now.
Yep.
I would like to look for the books and like for any language I can't read.
Sure,
So I
yeah,
can-
you can start perusing for books.
I'm specifically looking for stuff I don't know how to read, and it looks like it's Elven or magical. If it's not one of those, I'm not super interested.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm after.
Okay.
I'm looking for spell books, basically.
Yeah.
Wizard or the shorts.
What are you guys doing with the bodies of Vaughn and Joka?
We'll just bury him in town somewhere.
Anywhere in
they said
particular?
Outside of town where we last slayed like the Wraith or whatever, where we last like held camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that was like an hour or so away.
Yeah. Oh well, maybe they're dead.
I mean, like, there's a graveyard in town. Do you want to put them in the graveyard, or do you want to put them in a special, different spot?
You want him in the graveyard, Jeb?
I think they'd want to be with the people whose homes they help save.
All right.
Yeah, I chime in as well. And I'll just say, yeah, like these heroes deserve to be remembered in a special place. It seems like they give up a lot of. They gave their lives for this place.
Typh will peek up from underneath and go, "This guy's diary is so juicy, guys. You got to get down here." And then he'll go back downstairs as they're discussing the bodies.
Yeah, we'll bury him in town.
Evan,
then.
did he just say that guy's juicy?
Yeah, he said he got a big butt.
Chives is too far. He's back inside the guy's journal again, going through it.
What sort of person did we pick up who's thinking
real
dead people are
pervert.
juicy?
All right. The keep is surprisingly devoid of valuables, which sort of resonates with what you did before, because you trashed this place in an attempt to like rest and everything here. And you don't find anything of value here at all. So you gotta search the rest of the town.
Yep.
Where would you like to go next?
Where the necromancer put his stuff.
Yeah, but where do you look?
I'll ask Jeb. Jeb, where do you think his shit is?
Well, if I could be of little help, if I remember this place from my mind a while ago, I think the nicer houses were that away. Maybe we start that direction. And I have local history, Neal, so can I just know where the nice houses are? Can we go over that
I
one?
mean, you'll be able to identify them by walking through the town pretty easily. Yeah.
Right, but I mean, I want to go like straight to them. I don't want to waste any time.
Sure. How old are you,
And-
halfling?
I am 26.
26?
What?
Yeah, if you're a well-traveled halfling from this area, did you figure out where you're from, by the way?
I said I was from here somewhere. I said Eridon. I said somewhere north. I didn't pick a city up here yet.
Okay, so yeah, you could have traveled through here before and know the place fairly well then. Yeah, you
And I
can
want to
head
start with
right
the
to
richest
it.
person I can remember and move to the less rich person. I want to start at the nicest of the nice and work our way down.
When you open the first door into the wealthy person's house, you can smell the scent of death and decay in here. There are a pair of already dead zombies here that look like they've been dead since before all of this went down. Like, they died a while ago, and no one bothered to clean up the corpses. Maybe they died breaking into this house, but you can see that the locks on the doors themselves have been battered down and forced open. The place doesn't look ransacked, but you can see that like the kitchen has had its valuables stripped from it. The actual silverware is gone. The glasses are there, but the nice silverware is gone, and the nice silver serving bowls and trays are gone. You can see that all the doors that would have been locked have been broken down with brute force. You'll find fingernails still stuck in the doors, so it looks like maybe torn down by zombies or whatnot. And you will go from house to house and see that there has been a concerted effort to clean this place out at some point in time. And you've just finished slaying the zombies that have been around here, so it's not really plausible that this is a recent development, especially because it looks like the zombies were used to break down doors everywhere. What do we say?
Maybe this means if we find the necromancer's lair, we find where all this stuff went. Or it means we shouldn't have waited the week to go searching.
If we wait for tomorrow, I can locate object. What do you think the necromancer would have? Jewels?
Spellbook?
Well, this might be a little.
Zip was always talking about his spellbook.
I don't know what type of spellbook. I don't think I can just say I want to locate a spellbook, because I wouldn't know exactly what's inside. But I think if I said I wanted to locate, if I was looking for like a hoard of gold or something along those lines, I think I might be able to find that.
Well, what would a necromancer carry on him all the time? What's something they definitely have? I mean,
Would he not carry a grimoire with him? I believe.
yeah.
He would likely carry something of very evil
It's a grimoire.
machination.
Spellbook.
I mean, yeah, I could try for that. I just need to wait the night and rememorize.
Well, is there any other houses? I mean, he had to have a place to make all these zombies. He had to have an altar. He had to be somewhere. There's a large space.
Maybe
he
the
was using.
church.
The
There's
church?
a temple or something nearby.
Well, what
Maybe
are
in
the
the
other large buildings?
catacombs. Is there a big church or anything, or a big temple?
There are a couple temples in town. Yeah, they will. Yeah, you can
Can we
find
visit
one.
those and see
Yeah.
if they have like a catacomb or something under?
Let's see. The first temple that you go into is abandoned but unmarked or unmarred. Like, people just aren't here. There's nothing broken. Maybe like one door is broken down, but otherwise the place is fine. The second temple in town that you visit has quite the stench to it. There are long, bloody trails that lead in and out of this temple. stains across the floor. Statues have been pulled down and broken of all the gods except for the goddess of death. The other ones are all torn down and ruined. You can find the back room of where the clerics might have lived and worshipped and did their practice and had their rooms, which have been modified. The beds where clerics and priests and acolytes and the workers of the temple would have lived are modified with leather straps attached to the top and bottom, like you might bind feet or hands with. The blankets have been stripped from these places and are no longer here. The beds themselves smell of death and have plenty of colorful stains across them.
I'll say, I'll take the time, like 10 minutes or something, to say like a massive prayer over the whole temple and do that before we continue searching on.
Yeah, there is a staircase leading down into catacombs. There's an upstairs graveyard too, like a normal outside graveyard for most regular people. And then there's like the church graveyard, the catacomb graveyard for the people of more importance.
The more he's seeing here, the more Valerio is sort of gripping his sword and gritting his teeth. He's super, super angry to be seeing all of this nasty
so we'll
stuff going on here.
continue to push on, I think.
You can head down into the catacombs, and the first thing is the sounds of movement. There is something down there, stepping, walking. Things, plural.
I'm ready, Neal, for the battle. Actually, I take the time to cast invisibility on the from the undead on all of us.
Oh.
Do you have 4 of them memorized?
I do. You can check this chat.
Excellent. Well, that means you only have 2 minutes to move, since they each take a minute to cast, and it only lasts for 6 minutes.
It's fine. We got 2 minutes.
Before he starts casting all this, Chives would like to pull everyone out and say, "Hold on, guys. Before we go down there, I wanna tell y'all some things." And I'll put everybody kind of in a little circle outside, and Chives is gonna sing a song about the death and decay he's seen. He's gonna tell them about how the crazy skeletons, how they attack, the ways that they come in to hit you. He talks about the zombies, on how slow they are and how dumb they come to bite you. He speaks of the undead and their all of their unholiness and how to avoid being hit by them. And he does this for 3 rounds. So everyone gets 1 to their AC if we fight undead.
Okay.
Awesome.
Ooh, is this a bard ability?
It is. It's Bardic Inspiration, or the 2E equivalent.
What is it? Ooh, we use so few bards here. What's it called?
I've got it on my page. Just a second. It is called Bard. What is this? What is it under? Bard Storytelling. The music, poetry, and stories of the bard can be inspirational, rallying friends and allies. The exact nature of the impending threat is known. The bard can heroically inspire his companions with +1 to attack, 1 to saving throws, or 2 to morale. Oh, I'm sorry. You get 1 to saving throw. Oh, do 1 to attack then. I'm sorry. You all get 1 to attack. I thought I could give you AC. I guess I can't.
Those involved in melee, the bard must spend 3 full rounds singing or reciting the words before the battle begins. Affects all within 10 feet per experience level of the bard. Lasts for 1 round per level. Once it wears off, it can't be renewed if the recipients are still in battle. However, troops that withdrawn can combat can be re-inspired, blah, 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 blah. Perfect. And you know the exact nature of the threat. It is the undead. That is perfect.
Exactly which one? Don't know, but we can cover
I
most
think,
of them.
The sort of zombies and skeletons you've been fighting is an exact enough nature. If it turns out it's like, an undead beholder, it probably won't apply, but that would be pretty crazy pants.
2 things, Neal. 1, I don't understand pretty much most of this. I do hear the music. Don't really understand it. Are you saying this is a magical sort of effect and I get it anyway, or would I?
It is. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because he's got to inspire you.
Yeah.
So
the music's nice and whatnot.
You'd have to understand it.
Ooh.
He might not get it, but the other 2 do.
Pass me a saving throw versus spell to take it, since you're sort of you only semi understand.
Sure.
That's a great question, Connar.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
All right.
Oh.
17?
Oh, I think those saves need to be updated. Those are definitely outdated
There's no
saves.
way.
I asked you if I updated saves at level 4, and like, no.
They should have updated at level 3.
Pretty
Versus
sure I did.
spell, you're a 17? There's no way.
That's first level fighter saves. You're level 4. Yeah, it
Oh,
should be
I didn't update
16.
'em.
There we
Oops.
go. That's fine.
One better.
I'll update them later when I'm level 5.
Yeah. There we go, because that'll make a real difference when you hit 5. All right, so everyone's inspired. The spells are cast upon the party.
I'm not
Invisible
inspired.
Undead. Right.
I just heard
everyone
some.
but Jem.
I just heard some good music. And then my second thing is, I'm gonna hang my backpack up on like just some sort of debris that's just like hanging down. So hang it up before we go down there because the shit's heavy.
Right. Okay.
It's not lit down there, right? I pull out my ring then?
It is dark down there. That's
I pull
correct.
out my ring, yeah.
You pull out your ring, the light shines, and you hear gasps and cries from down below, like just a very quick, and then silence, and the movement stops.
Okay, invisibility then dead, and we go down.
All right, you guys progress down. The staircase goes straight down into a long corridor, but there is a door right on the right, or not really a door, it's more of like an entryway that has had bars recently added to it. It looks like the catacombs have become a makeshift jail cell of sorts. And peering through the bars, you can see at the edge of your light radius, emaciated people staring back at you.
I will ask, is there anyone else down here with you?
A
Any
shaky
evil
voice
people?
calls out, "Who are you?"
I'm Ebner the cleric, and I'm here to save you.
Give me a charisma check.
It's not my strong suit, Neal,
I know.
but here we go.
Do it.
Good night.
Ooh. They hesitate, not sure if you can be trusted or not.
I talk. I chime up. I go. My name is Valerio. We are here to help you.
Whoa. The paladin, the man who once spoke for the gods, who has saved many a people. I'm just assuming that you've helped people in the past. You're 4th level, so you've got to, right?
Tried. Yeah.
Give me a charisma check.
Let me drop my 17 charisma here.
There we go.
Blam.
Yeah. One of the people steps forward and says, Valerio, the traveling paladin?
Chives will roll in front of him. Of course, and his traveling bard chives, and he'll play a chord.
What has happened to you? What is your name?
The man replies, Bran. My name is Bran.
Bran.
Neal,
How many
are these
others
cages?
of you are there?
We open the doors or like try to when they're talking?
It's a stone, because the catacombs are carved into like a rocky area, and then it looks like someone has installed a jail cage here with a door on it.
Is there a key? Or
You don't see a key anywhere nearby.
Can I just magic missile the lock, or is that a no? Do you have to magic
does no.
missile? Nope.
You cannot magic missile the lock. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's good for future reference. You never know.
Yeah,
you said
yeah,
yes, it'd have been good later.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Wouldn't need that knock spell.
No, sure wouldn't.
So
Valerio
considering
just-
there's
I'm sorry.
no more, there's no fighting, I can go upstairs, grab my pack, and then come down because I have a key to the city. I'm gonna grab my crowbar and start working on getting everyone out.
All right. You get the crowbar and you start working on it as Bran tells you that about a few weeks ago? I don't know, it's been dark. Many weeks, maybe a month ago, we were all rounded up and brought down here, stuffed into these catacombs. The necromancer, he would take some of us and take us away. We never saw them again. And then one day he stopped showing up.
how many
How
are
many
left
of-
of you?
Yeah, how many are there?
He shudders to himself. I don't know. We don't talk anymore. Not after the food ran out.
How long did they run out? How long did it run out for?
Moment
long
the
since it-
necromancer stopped showing up.
Hey, look around.
been
Is there
in-
anybody else in the
even know
cell, or
the-
is it just him?
You can see a few more people starting to like creep towards the edge of your continual light, but this is like a long hallway
Yeah.
with graves
Yeah,
on
that's a
either
lot.
side, and then it probably twists and turns into like a larger underground complex.
They probably have no idea how long they've been down here for either.
Well,
They've been in
Guys,
pitch
realizing
black.
he's not helping down here with any of this, is going to go head up and start looking for food in the town. If there's any of the houses left to keep, he's going to start trying to at least
You-
find where it is.
Yeah, I mean, some of the food in the town will keep for a long time. Mostly, you're gonna find like milled flour that is useful. The bread, which is still around, is stale. But I guess I would eat week-old food, a couple
Oh,
week stale bread if I've been, without
Yeah.
food.
For sure. So he's going to
Well-
start doing that while they're working on the people down there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Did anyone else have
Um,
any other questions while we
I
crowbar
guess
the gate?
Yeah, I guess I asked Bran. I said, is anyone like mortally injured, or is there anyone that is actively like? Do you have an emergency like right now? Is there someone who is close to death, or how?
No, there are no
are
injured
you?
people.
Okay, we will try to get you out as soon as possible then.
Yeah, nods and steps back away from the light, sort of turning his gaze. He's been in darkness for weeks, and this light
Sure.
is too bright for him. Between the four of you, plus these people on the inside, there's no pressure, lots of time. You guys will eventually be able to crowbar the gate open, or crowbar the lock apart enough to get inside. It might take a few hours, but you can do it. And one by one, they will trickle out of this catacomb and trickle up to the upstairs of the temple.
Probably want to hold them back from going outside, I would imagine, so that they don't get blinded immediately. If they haven't been already, I don't know. I don't know what we do.
I think we just
What
let
do
them
you
go
think?
and do their thing.
Edna, we
go
should
do
take
their
them to
thing.
the intact temple. I don't think they should be exposing themselves too much to the mayhem upstairs.
No, they're not gonna stay here. Yeah, we'll take them to the temple. We'll take them to the temple, I guess. First, I asked like whoever first came and talked to us.
Bran.
Bran, you wouldn't have any idea where the necromancer held up.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mhm.
Where?
In the catacombs.
Can you
You
show?
go deeper in. Deeper in. That's where he worked his things.
The city's been pretty much cleared out, if not entirely cleared out by now, yeah?
Yeah,
I'd
Okay.
say you know where
Wonder-
the other temple is, right?
of course. I
You
used
take
to
everybody.
be someone in this town.
You take everybody there, Bran. We're gonna quickly search the catacombs and find all of his belongings.
Yeah.
See if there's anybody else in there, and we'll continue on.
Ebner, let's grab some of the soldiers that are running around here. Let them know what we found. That we found survivors.
We can yell at them and tell them that. Yeah.
Shot speaks up and says,
Time to
I
do
can
it.
take care of that. I can run around and find them as y'all go deeper.
I think it's of
doesn't seem like
utmost
there's too much room in here anyway.
that we go
Yeah.
deeper. There should be nothing down there, anyways.
You can explore. You can go and fetch one of the soldiers in the night. Call them over, and they will see the emaciated folks wandering out of the temple, like straining their eyes against the brightness. And the rest of you can rejoin the party, and everyone can head into the catacombs. It's not too hard to find the important area. There's a nice long bloody trail of things that lead up to it. There's a finger over there, a pile of guts over here, an actual streak of blood there, a worn path of zombie footprints leading back to this area. It's another sort of caged in area, but the bars here look like they were part of the original catacombs. And pushing inside, you can find what must be a workshop. There are 4 benches sort of propped up at like a 30-degree angle with metal shackles attached to them where they could bind onto feet and ankles and shoulders and necks as well. Behind this is a cleared room where someone's like removed corpses to make bookshelves, and a table has been installed with books, many books, and then vials of various inks, writing implements, all the things you might need to conduct your own Frankensteinian research.
Do the books look unholy and stuff?
I mean, not really. They're books with writings, but they're in a pretty unholy situation and setting. Most of the writing is in Eridonian.
Can you read it? Oh, yeah, you can read it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Chad's that'd be the first thing he goes for.
Called
Books.
Chives over.
Yeah.
He's gonna
You
start pouring over him.
Find a book, and it talks about the ritual for creating a zombie, and how first you need to infuse part of your life force into the zombie. And this is done by like drawing out your blood and enchanting it with magic, which comes from your very life itself. You transfer some of your life force into your blood, and then you apply it directly to the zombie's brain in a particular way. And it talks about the various ways you can access a zombie's brain without destroying the integrity of the skull, and where you need to get the blood and how you need to get there. And you need to be careful in order to do this. So like, you don't want like that little piece of the skull to fall out, so you need to carefully remove it and then sew the skin back over it, otherwise it'll fall and that can cause problems. And it goes forth to discuss that after the surgery with the magic, you end up reanimating the very bones of the creature itself, enhancing it with supernatural strength that has no bearing whatsoever to the creature's size. And then it is your willing servant. Slow and sluggish and unsuited to most tasks, they're difficult to destroy and have incredible strength. They make excellent diggers, lifters, and pushers, perfect for exhuming the freshly buried bodies. And there's a little smiley face next to that.
We should take this to the Archmage as soon as possible. Let's keep searching for...
Yeah, you can
Chives will
flip-
close that book and he'll make a little note in the front somewhere and say anatomy plus zombie. And
Yeah.
scratch out at the top of it.
Also, in here, you will find quite a bit of wealth. There's a bag. No, wait, how do we do this? There is a box with assorted coins that have all sort of just been haphazardly tossed in. You'll find a lot of copper and silver and just like a few trickles of gold in here. This box is going to be weighing upwards of 100 pounds, 100 and something pounds probably.
So a rough estimate of money it's like a few 100 gold maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the breakdown of the copper
Of
and
the
silver
coins,
in
but
here. Right.
Okay.
Is there more books? Is that just the only one?
There's going to be a small selection of books, and one of them talks about zombies, one of them talks about skeletons, one of them talks about spirits, one of them is more of just like musing and notes, one of them is more of a diary entry, one of them is a book, like 3 of them are books on anatomy, 2 of them are on humans, one of them is on subhumans, or, elves, halflings, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we'll take them all.
Halflings and dwarves.
I've got 'em all.
Is there anything else that you think we'd find important, Neal?
Let's see.
Books, money.
Books and wealth, and the tools of the trade. You're gonna find the ledgers and the notes. What would
Take
be
those.
useful for you in this area? There's no magic gear lying around. He equips himself with all of his magic stuff. He would have... you would find a collection of heads in some sort of vat of fluid, sort of arranged above the desk as if they're looking at the person who would sit at the desk, and their eyes are open and moving.
Like the eyes are moving and shit?
Yes. Not like quickly moving all over the place, but like tracking people, or maybe moving from one
Yeah.
person to the other.
I'll hold off on that. Are there any notes of him like maybe messaging someone else, talking to someone else? Is he like a?
It'll probably take you days to go through these things.
Comb through that. Okay.
Yeah.
If he has any like notes or any like papers that like it looked like he's like sending this out like with a postcard or something, I want to scoop those up and I'll read those later. I just want to see if he was like parlaying with anybody, I guess.
Yeah, there's no written
you're gonna have to
correspondence
fight
that you'll
Chives.
find.
Yeah,
I've got his diary and his notes. If you're
You'll-
going to come fight me for
The
him later.
diary is where you're going to find all the juicy information. There is conspicuously no letters received or sent.
Okay.
And no, what do you call it? Sometimes in the olden days when people would be writing letters back and forth, they wouldn't necessarily remember what they wrote. So you write the letter to someone, and then you have like a journal where you would write out the letter that you were to send to them. So that way,
Got it. So
when
you
they
knew
get a
what you said.
reply, you can like go back and forth.
Cross-reference.
So there's none of that lying around here.
All right. I think that's it, unless you guys can think of anything that we can't find that he would
Well,
have.
This might be something we do over the next 2 days, but I say we return the crypt to how it was. We take all of his stuff out. If he brought it in, that way we know we haven't missed anything. We could just disassemble his lab. These heads need to go somewhere holy. It's not here. Somebody needs to deal with this. It's not I. This is not my problem. This is you two. And he points at the paladin and the cleric. He goes, "This is your domain."
You're right, Chives. I wish I could. I wish I could have struck the final blow against this necromancer myself, but I did not.
Me too. But you know, they say you die twice. Once when you die and once when they forget your name. I plan to make him die the second time this evening. And Chives is going to head upstairs to the group of people who's still alive with his books.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll move the heads out and
Yeah.
take them out of
What
the
do you-
vat.
I mean, they
guess.
look at you when you pick them up.
out of the
you
vat.
take
they
them
still
out of
look
the
at
vat?
us? Yeah.
Yeah, you go to take it out of the vat and it feels mushy. If you try and grab it by the hair, some of the hair just like comes out in your hand. You're gonna have to like reach around on either side of the face.
Yeah.
Which is
What if I try to do that?
it tries to bite you.
Really?
Yeah.
Would
I
you
mean-
say this is a threatening encounter, Koibu?
No, because it's pretty easy to avoid the bite. You'd literally have to put your fingers inside of its mouth.
All right. Well, I don't let it bite me and I pull it out.
Yeah. It sort of gnaws at the air at you for a moment and then stops and just stares at you.
Does it stop?
Valerio takes his sword out and he asks Ebner to Ebner, if you put this on the table, I think we need to haste this thing onto the afterlife. It doesn't
Well,
seem to be alive.
hold on. I put it on the table and I take my finger and I like try to make it eye tracked. Is it still looking at shit?
I mean, it's not following your finger. It's sort of staring at you.
But is it looking around or is it just blank stare, like dead?
It's typically staring in one direction, but it might move from time to time. You know?
I think, I think you're right. Just put it out of its misery.
Do you know any interesting languages that you could use to maybe communicate with it? If it's incommunicated, then I think we need to just move on.
I
it
refuse
seems like
to
an
try
undead-
and communicate with.
Well then, so be it. And I take my sword out and I probably go straight like through I just hack it like a watermelon. I just hack it into like a watermelon.
Yep. You split it.
Yeah. And I do the same thing for any other head that's still, unfortunately, looking around and somehow still aware despite it being decapitated from its body. Try to put it out of its misery.
Yep. You can take all the jars, open them, pull out the heads, and destroy them.
Except for one? Could we
Except for one?
carry one with us? Could we carry one with us?
I want to carry one in a jar and take it to the Archmage.
Take it to the Archmage, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You keep a head in the jar. Does anyone venture down the place where all of the people of the town were kept?
I don't think we need to see it. I know. I mean, I think
You
we
said
know
you
what
do
happened.
or you don't?
No, I don't think we do.
Didn't we already? Oh, is this a different place than the people that were taken prisoner that we let free?
The
from?
people who were taken prisoner were set in one area, and then the necromancer had his lair in another area.
I think we know what happened there.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Oh wait, none of y'all are gonna go in there? Yeah. If you come back and say there's a room y'all didn't go in, Chives will walk as the last back down and in there and take a look around.
I don't think we're gonna.
I'll probably go with him. Just like there may be something down there. Like, I wasn't able to convince the
Come
holy
on.
men, but
Well,
I want Ebner's ring when I go do it, though. I want the light ring.
Are we able to maybe do this next session? I gotta kind of dip out, I guess. It's
oh,
Oh yeah,
sure.
we should. We're a little
Yeah,
over, so we
sorry.
can dip out here. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, I think we all know what's down here. You will find chewed remains of bones and
anything
undesirable
valuable.
parts. No, nothing of
Chad's
value.
just making sure there's no
Okay.
one just passed out dead that they just left down here and
Yeah.
being
Yeah, no,
zombified,
that's
forgetting to eat.
true. I
Just
would
make sure there's
probably
nobody
say
else still alive lying down there. As soon as that's confirmed, he's out.
All right. Yeah, there's no one
Okay.
down there, and there's nothing of value down there, but there are
Okay.
horrors that will never leave your mind to be found. Things that would make the Donner Party look like a group of saints. And with that, we will go out. We'll do this really quick ending because we're already well over our time. So I'm Koibu. That is Jebediah. That is
Sup?
also Connar, and that is Mr. Mooten on Twitch. No, twitch.tv/Mr. Mooten. That is, god damn it, Azure, twitch.tv/AzureWind, and twitch.tv/
Will
I can't remember
kills.
your
Will
Will
Kills.
Kills. That's it. All right.
There's
We
no
all have-
XP chat.
Not today. We'll get some XP when we finish some other greater quests.
Quest XP, yeah.
Yeah, and we will see you guys next time for some more Desperate Measures.
Awesome. See ya.